So I'm getting more and more pregnant, and my toddler is getting more and more crazy. It takes way more time to make her ready in the morning than before. As I mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to buy the freezer. I bought it. You can see a video about the freezer on my channels. This prepared food, homemade food strategy is amazing, especially when you're a mom, when you have no time, you're a working mom, and you care what your family eat daily. We have onion, meat, eggs, a lot of cottage cheese. Actually, as a cottage cheese, I'm going to use a local cheese in Cyprus called unrealistic. Love it. This cheese made from goats and sheep's milk, yogurt, tortillas, some vegetables. All the receipts and ingredients you can find in the description for this video. I'm going to vacuum clean everything. Vacuum clean, I'm deeply pregnant. I'm going to vacuum seal everything and store it in the freezer and use it. Let's go together for the process. First, we are going to make breakfasts. In Russia, we call it so lazy pies. Lazy and easy. You just take eggs, one more. Then we add the dill. You can add a green onion, but I prefer dill. Cottage cheese, but as I mentioned, I prefer to use anari. And I will mix it with, in Russian it's tvarog, but you also can say this is kind of dry cottage cheese. You can find it in any Russian store. And why it's good? Because it's full of proteins, full. 2 raw eggs as well. And now it's time to mix everything together. Also, we need to add 8 tablespoons of the flour. I like to make everything with the hands, to be honest. But better before you mix everything, add salt and pepper, what I forgot to do. But imagine like how many proteins are inside. Proteins. You have to chase for proteins. Carbs will find you by themselves. It's not hard to find the carbs. Make a balls. And then to cover it with breadcrumbs. I forgot salt. I can forgive myself with such a pregnant brain, you know. Let's go easier way. So I got this amount of the lazy pies. So now it's going to the freezer, and then I'm going to vacuum clean. No, I'm not going. I'm going to vacuum clean. I'm going vacuum seal it. The beauty of next recipe is simple. That you prepare one base for 2 meals. You don't need to make different meals when you prepare these 2 recipes. First one is going to be, in Russian we call it nest, with berries. I mix 3 packages of anari and 1 package of tvarog. For this amount of cottage cheese, I need 4 raw eggs. I'm going to use stevia as a sweetener. Depends what you use. If you use sugar, then I will leave in the description how much sugar you have to use for this amount of the cottage cheese. Salt, no need to forget. Now I think it's going to be easier to mash. We need to add baking powder. I will add 7 tablespoons of flour, like 1 tablespoon of the baking powder. I see that my cottage cheese is too wet, so I'm going to add more flour because it should be a little bit drier. Well, now it's good. We need a good amount of spread it. Same way, half I'm going to use for nests, another half is going to be used for Syrniki. Yeah? Next step, I'm going to use such a glass. Then it's going to be a little bit yogurt, blueberries, even more than couple, and good amount of cheese on top. Now I'm going to place it in the box for freezing. I did first one for video, rest I'm going to do directly in the box. Syrniki is the easiest part. There is flour. I think this is pretty good. Great source of proteins, easy breakfast, even dinner if you like it as a dinner. Prepared meals must be quick and easy. Nothing complicated, otherwise you're not doing this. As everything in life, you know, as easier, as more possibility that you will do it. This is all what I wanted to cook today for breakfasts. Prepared, I would say. Rest is going to be lunch part. This is my pre-cooked and prepared breakfasts options. Everything is still raw, but when I'm ready to use it, I just take it out and then put it to air fryer or on the pan or to the oven. Let's vacuum clean together. Vacuum clean, господи. Let's vacuum it together. As this is too big, I'm going to cut it.